Good old TJ.
Konnichiwa, yo guys, your boy Kaka. Back with another reaction video. And today, guys, we are doing another Okita video. This video, it is called Fate Lore: The Tale of Okita. I hope I'm saying this right. Okita Souji Okita Souji and Okita Alter. Hopefully, I'm saying it right from Fate Grand Order. Like I say, guys, so like on the video so I know you guys are enjoying the content. Subscribe channel if you're new. If you guys got recommended over here, we do daily content over here. Also as well, hit the bell notification, make sure you click also know about time make a future upload. Follow Facebook page, Reddit, etc. OTAKUDAIKUN's page will be in the description down below. It'll actually be the first link in the description down below. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's get right into this. So play. I like that opening.
During the Edo period, Japan's feudal governing system is centered around the
So
shogunate,
the Edo
the leading
period.
authority of the era being the Tokugawa shogunate. Beyond existing as a militaristic government, the Tokugawa shogunate.
Oh, that's waifu right there, boy.
Western influence on the nation.
The waifu's right there, boy.
Stress is on the rise, prompting a force of imperialist sympathizers to yearn for a day when they can bring imperial rule to Japan, putting an end to its feudal strife. This is the general climate to which the young Okita Souji thrives.
Okita Souji. Okay, so
She is born into a
Okita.
samurai family. This is no typical birth, however. The child is dying the moment she's brought into the world prematurely, barely breathing, with skin the color of dirt. It is
Dang, that
Her
sucks.
mother, as well as her older sister, Okita Mitsu, pray to the Buddha to spare the child. The planet's will, Alaya,
He was
responds to
premature
this
and
prayer,
they're dying
asking
on
that they offer
birth.
Okita Souji's body to the world as a vessel of the counterforce. In exchange for her survival, she will one day become a servant of the counterforce to protect the planet. A death
Oh,
which
okay,
lies
okay.
dormant over
So
hundreds
just like
of years,
Emilia,
to take effect in any world.
like a
Thus,
counter guardian
the
sense.
child lives. While she has two older sisters, Okita Mitsu and Okita Kin, her father dies just 3 years after birth. Wishing to marry the Okita family's adopted son, Rintaro, Mitsu is adopted into the Kondo family. This unites the two families, allowing Okita Souji to meet Kondo Shusuke, third master of the Tennen Rishin Ryu style of swordsmanship. To learn this deadly style, Okita,
This looks really, really
9
cool though.
years
I like her
old,
design.
begins to study under him
Love
at the
it.
Sheikan Dojo. In the following 8 years, she proves herself to be a prodigy with the sword, mastering all of the Tennen Rishin Ryu style and earning its Menkyo Kaiden scroll. Okita takes on the role of head coach, or Jokuto, at their dojo, where she is known as a well-mannered yet strict instructor. Most
No, well, I'm under
importantly,
strict.
her training
Gotta
in
love-
Edo leads her to meet two
Gotta
fellow
love that
swordsmen,
well-mannered strict instructors. Gotta love them.
Toshizo and Kondo Isami, figures who, alongside herself, will serve prominent positions as warriors. For the general purpose of keeping order and serving as bodyguards to the shogun, Kondo Isami forms a band of officers called the Roshigumi. Both Okita and Hijikata
That's her
join
name,
this group
Roshigumi.
and serve within it until it breaks up to restructure itself as the Shinsengumi. For her service and talent, Okita is assigned as the captain of the first unit and Kenjutsu instructor for the other members.
Okay, moving up in the
serving
world.
below Hijikata, who is designated vice commander. Upon being named the 5th master of the Tennen Rishin Ryu style, Okita develops her own technique, possibly derived from Hijikata's Hirazuki, called the Mumyo Ken Sandanzuki, allowing her to strike an opponent's neck and both shoulders simultaneously.
Oh my goodness.
Shinsengumi translates to the new selected group, a police force serving the
It's an instant
Bakufu
game.
and protecting shogun
That ability.
representatives in Kyoto. Members
Neck
drawn
in
from the sword schools
shoulder?
throughout Edo pledge themselves to 5 fundamental laws. The Shinsengumi prohibit themselves from deviating from the Bushido Samurai Code, leaving the Shinsengumi, raising money privately, taking part in litigations, and engaging in private battles. In short, they are an elite unit, sincerely devoted to servicing the shogunate, setting aside their own endeavors for the sake of preserving the current regime. Okita and her superior Hichikata have a relationship akin to siblings, both hopelessly dedicated to the sword. That said, Hichikata is a brutally harsh individual, bossy to the core, famed as the Wolf of Mibu. Regardless, Okita finds great camaraderie in those of her organization, balancing herself as a manslayer with a cheerful side that likes children.
Damn,
Despite her
manslayer.
openly friendly nature, she has no experience with matters of romance. As various Ronin factions war against each other across Kyoto,
Like, hey, I'm nice,
Shinsengumi
but
arrest or
what's the
kill
relationship?
any
I do not
potential
know.
rebellious groups. Among them is the Shishi, who prepare their forces using the city's Ikedaya Inn. One of their officers, Furutaka Shuntaro, is caught by the Shinsengumi and brutally tortured.
Play
by
somebody that'd be
Hichikata.
like, that'd be look like she's
Suspended
about
by his
25,
ankles,
but actually
punctured by
her
spikes,
looks make it
and
look like she's
tormented
like
by candle
younger
wax,
than that.
confesses that the Shishi
Way she
planned
looks.
to set fire to Kyoto in an endeavor to capture Matsudaira Katamori, daimyo of the Aizu clan, who is tasked with policing Kyoto on behalf of the shogunate. The Shinsengumi launch a counter-assault on the Ikedaya Inn to arrest the Shishi before their plan can come to fruition. During the invasion, Okita faints due to an illness, discovered to be tuberculosis.
Oh,
Through the Ikedaya incident and other similar conflicts, the Shinsengumi established themselves as a force to be reckoned with.
and she's just
serving as a major
safe from
asset
birth,
to
and
the
then she got
shogunate
tuberculosis
during the
later
Koshin
on.
War.
That's
Despite
tragic.
Okita's contributions to the force, her tuberculosis gradually deteriorates her physical condition. She is forced to withdraw from the Shinsengumi to seek medical treatment in Edo's Sendagaya area. Here, she is separated from
it.
her comrades, losing all contact with them. With the fall of the Tokugawa shogunate in 1868, the Meiji era begins, and Kondo is decapitated. Yet news of this never spreads to Okita's ears. Instead,
What?
she endures for 2 more months at a guest house before succumbing to her illness and dying. That
Oh
same night, she
man.
was buried at Senjoji, a temple in Azabu, Edo. While the Bakumatsu is famed as the final years of the shogunate, and its succeeding period ushers in foreign influence, which is regarded as beneficial in Japanese history, the Shinsengumi are nonetheless beloved in modern history for their iconic uniform and notably masterful swordsmanship. Okita, in particular, is known for being an unparalleled manslayer, cut down in her prime by waning
Right.
health and bloodied coughing. This fame is most certainly valuable enough to be recorded into the Throne of Heroes. After all, in both life and death, her
In your
dearest
prime,
wish
though.
is to fight to the bitter end, as she
Whew.
regrets being absent from the Shinsengumi during its final moments. In various parallel universes, Okita's wish is granted in the form of being summoned as a heroic spirit. In one universe, she is summoned into a time in which the Imperial Japanese Army develops a bomb, implementing the Holy Grail as its core, prompting a hidden Holy Grail war toward the end of World War II.
Oh, the one with Nobunaga
Legendary
Oda's
warlord
spirit. Okay,
Oda
makes sense.
Nobunaga,
Right.
upon tampering with the Grail bomb,
Makes
accidentally
sense.
forms a singularity in another timeline, one where the universe is in danger, with human history being incinerated by Getia's demon god pillars. The Chaldea Security Organization sends its master, Ritsuka Fujimaru, to various singularities to restore the human order. In an anomaly, however, both Okita Souji and Oda Nobunaga are summoned to Chaldea as the result of the singularity colliding with Chaldea. Okita and Nobunaga have been chasing a swarm of adorably copious creatures bearing Nobunaga's likeness. If left unchecked, these mini-Nobus can possibly invade
They're in the
Chaldea.
likeness.
To
How?
resolve this issue, Ritsuka and their servant Mashu Kyrielite join Okita and Nobunaga in ray-shifting to the potential cause of the mini-Nobu crisis. In this singularity, the other Japanese servants, part of the alternate Imperial Japanese Holy Grail War, are summoned conveniently in the forms of heroes already familiar to Ritsuka. Among them,
Just
Musashi no
like-
Sessai
just what the
and
doctor
Imagami
ordered, basically.
Kitsune possess their own army of mini-Nobus. Nobunaga is convinced that the critters are somehow brainwashing the servants. To find out, Ritsuka's party infiltrates their base at night, hoping to ambush them. However, their plan is set back when Okita's coughing alerts Matsudaya Arash. The party
Oh, so
flees,
she's still
and the Flash
sick,
proceeds
even as
to
a
use
heroic
his
spirit like that?
phantasm, Stella, upon them. Okita and company continue to encounter and defeat servants, all of whom seem to be contaminated by an unknown particle. In battle, while Okita is most certainly a genius swordsman, her illness manifests as a detrimental skill called weak constitution. In rare circumstances, it causes a sudden drop in her performance that can
Wow,
occur
so
at any
her
time.
illness
To
is
compensate, she has
basically a
skill
passive
known as
ability that's
reduced
bad for her.
erg,
That
a manifestation of her
sucks.
martial arts training and step movements. This allows her to instantly close in on her opponents. She wields two different swords, the Kojiki Kiyomitsu and the Kiku Ichimonji Norimune. Beyond this, she has three distinct noble phantasms. The first is her Coat of Oaths, her official Shinsengumi uniform. Simply by wearing it, she benefits from a number of heightened stats. For instance,
Oh, so you
the
just gotta
sword
put the
she
fit
carried
on and
alive,
boom.
the Kojiki Kiyomitsu transforms into a more legendary sword, the Kiku Ichimonji Norimune, that is associated with her through exaggerated stories.
That's pretty cool. Just by putting on this
Okita's
fit,
flag of sincerity
I get
is the
abilities
flag of
like
Shinsengumi troops that when
my
raised,
abilities
calls
go up.
upon all troops who
Cool.
can see it. As a noble phantasm, it summons independent servants from the Shinsengumi in the form of how she perceives them. From what she learned in life, Okita maintains her self-developed technique.
Oh,
the
she got
Mumo
she got
Sandatsuki,
sound juice with
three
the
separate
sword.
strikes that land all at once. As a servant, these strikes are not merely close together, they are truly in sync through the disruption of causality. When her illness prevents her from fighting, Okita dons her Coat of Oaths to proceed in an enraged state. Of course, this is short-lived, and the group is left waiting for her to rest. Ultimately, Nobunaga betrays the party, declaring
Of
her
course.
intent to use the Singularity's Grail for her conquest. At the same time, another
Of course she'll
Oda
betray him.
Nobunaga arrives, declaring the previous one to be an imposter, a
Hmm.
bad Nobu. To resolve the singularity, the good Nobunaga, Okita, and Ritsuka fight against the bad Nobu and defeat her. The singularity begins to collapse, and the two Japanese servants give their
Fake
thanks
about
to
it, Nobu.
Ritsuka. While it appears to be a farewell, both of them wind up able to be summoned by Ritsuka in their fight against incineration. However, even after defeating Getia, Caldea is still under siege, as the mini Nobus have returned. Da Vinci identifies the mysterious particles they emit as Gouda Gouda particles, and tracks their source to another singularity. Ritsuka joins Okita, Nobunaga, and the newly encountered Cha-Cha, visiting the singularity,
Cha-Cha.
which happens to take place during the Meiji
So that
Restoration.
Cha-Cha.
In other words, the time of Okita's life, with one glaring difference. Rather than an imperial takeover, the Tokugawa shogunate is usurped by the Oda shogunate. The many Nobus are appearing stronger than ever, in new,
Get to see it.
ridiculous forms.
Just give me.
In Kyoto, Hijikata is seen fighting the Nobus, refusing to obey the new shogunate. It seems Nobunaga's younger brother, Oda Nobukatsu, has been taking advantage of the situation to attain power, utilizing the Nobus to establish dominance. After reuniting with her superior officer, Okita is torn between her allegiance
People always
to
want
her
that
master
power, man.
and the Shinsengumi, urging Ritsuka to come along, despite Nobunaga's demands. Hell, some of the Nobus even join the Shinsengumi, gaining a degree of sentience. The Oda Bakufu and Shinsengumi compete as rivals, thwarting Nobukatsu's dealings in the construction of mecha and flying Nobus. Reenacting days long past, Okita grows ill in her attack on the Ikedaya Inn and collapses. At the Shinsengumi headquarters, Cha-Cha forces Okita to rest up, despite her insistence on fighting. Regardless, Okita decides to endure her bloodied coughing to join Hijikata and fight.
Yeah, that's how
the
she for the
Nobus.
with that bloody
Eventually,
coffin.
Nobukatsu declares himself to be serving the great gold demon Taiko, Taiko Hideyoshi, and proceeds to capture Cha-Cha and take her to Hideyoshi's golden castle, the Sun Fortress. The Shinsengumi and Nobunaga's forces join together to rescue Cha-Cha. At the core of the fortress, they discover that the cause of the singularity is the defeated demon god pillar, Andras, which had preserved its corpse by carving a space and
Andras.
time to inhabit. The pillar encountered Cha-Cha and fused itself with her will to survive.
Oh,
Ritsuka's
that
party
does sound
slays the
good.
demon god once more, freeing Cha-Cha. Yet,
Oh, I say, do you have to
singularity does
kill
not
Cha-Cha?
collapse. Hijikata, upon being shot at Hakodate, died and was subsequently summoned by Andras as a servant to maintain the singularity. His desire not to die, his lust for victory, keeps the singularity intact. Refusing to accept the Shinsengumi's loss, Hijikata fights against Okita in a battle to the death. Okita's desire to continue fighting winds up directed at the very comrade she felt she left behind. Regardless, choosing to wield her sword for Ritsuka, she slays Hijikata, freeing him from his madness. She resolves to continue holding her banner in fighting for humanity's future. What she doesn't realize, however, is the debt she owes to the planet in exchange for her life. While she has become a heroic spirit in her own right, another version of herself
There you go, Alter.
exists as the
Other
offering
version,
made to the
yeah.
planet. Okita Alter can be summoned by the Counterforce to protect any threats to the planet as a one-time service. Thus, when Akechi Mitsuhide, the man who shot Nobunaga in history, regrets his actions, he innately strives to somehow save her. He drinks the mud of a corrupted Holy Grail, existing
Wait, so her
countless
Alter
years,
version and
all
herself
waiting for an opportunity
fights
to
together?
strike.
That's pretty lit.
He isolates the singularity and tries to use it to ascend Nobunaga to godhood. This begins
That's what
to
that picture's
transform
showing.
him into the demon lord of the sixth realm, threatening the world, such that Okita Alter emerges as a protector of balance. Unaware of her own identity, she fights alongside Ritsuka within the singularity, gaining memories from fighting her normal self and other Japanese heroes. Rather than a traditional katana, Alter fights with a much longer blade, an odachi, using it to perform her noble phantasm, Zekken Mukyo Sandan, a varied form of
Oh no, they
Okita's
fight each
stage
other.
attack.
Never mind.
Ultimately, she is able to catch up to and defeat her other self, and is gifted her Shinsengumi uniform in return. At last, she confronts Mitsuhide. Realizing her role as a hero for the Counterforce,
Oh, that looks
she
tough.
sends him away in the sky of nothingness.
That
and
fit looks
strikes him
tough.
down. Having existed only for this purpose,
That's the
Okita
Alter version?
begins to
Tough.
disappear, crying out that she wishes to see more of the world, to stay with Ritsuka and experience Chaldea. She asks Ritsuka for a final
Or was that a regular
favor,
form?
to touch her hand to their face, to feel their warmth, to inherit her master's memories. These supplement her own few memories, giving her proof that she lived. Despite this tragic parting, upon returning to Chaldea, Okita Alter is allowed by the Counterforce to remain as Ritsuka's servant indefinitely. Thus, Okita meets
I
her
know it
own
was
Alter
okay,
outside
okay.
of the singularity, with the two both being able to serve their beloved Chaldean master.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed
Yeah, that's
this
pretty
channel,
cool right there. Fate Fairy Tale of Okita Souji and Okita Alter. That was pretty cool. So I think at the end right there, I think that was Alter version, because I think they said that she won and then took her garment and then ended up wanting to go fight that creature and then won. I believe that was Alter that won that, which would make sense because she was kind of, the original one was kind of sick with the whole. But I wonder, does Alter have the disease too? I wonder. But anyway, like I said, guys, from OTAKUDAIKUN, like, subscribe on the video, guys. Hit the button notification, make sure you click all so you know every time I make a future upload. It's your boy INCOG. I'm out. Peace.